Just three regular guys with a podcast
Why is it a big deal, though? Like, I don't understand why. Like, what is...
Because I didn't think you knew anybody.
who can laugh at each other's expense.
And right there, my knee was just...
Who have the utmost confidence in each other's athletic abilities.
Sub 5.
You're a sub 5 on one of them little tricycles with the little bleep bleep air horns on the...
And whose guests absolutely love joining them on the show.
What are your thoughts on that?
You got some nerve really asking me
The Choopin' It Up podcast starts in 3, 2, 1.
This is...
I think we got it, right?
What do you got? What?
We started the show out correctly
We
without
did.
screwing it
I
up.
mean, with
Got the episode started.
Some new improvements here.
We do. Right now
Green
it's just
screen.
hiding my Christmas mess in my
But
garage.
green screen.
One day, though.
We'll figure out how to actually use it so there's something on here.
Right.
You know, so we're not in your garage. We are somewhere else. I don't know how to do that yet.
We look like we're at the beach. Go to senior week.
Once we figure this out, we're back in our summer attire. back to beach shirts,
Doesn't matter what day the calendar
coconuts.
says.
Get the
We're beaching it.
torch out, the tiki torches.
Absolutely.
So I feel like just because the intro graphic and the theme of this one, you know, we had the podium, we had our NBA Christmas Day. It's actually January 6th.
It is the 6th.
So it's been 2 weeks. NBA Christmas Day. Tanner won. He went 5-0. You got soft. You paid him. You
I
paid
did.
him the 20.
I never had
but
cash on me. He got me while I had cash on me. I had to give it to him. Otherwise, who knows when I'd have it again.
But I mean, well, according to the bottom of the screen, apparently I was quoted as saying he'll get his 20 from me when he shows up.
You did say that.
It says it right there on the bottom of the screen. It's actually scrolling past as we speak. So where's he
It's
at
not
today?
just a subliminal message. Huh?
No, where's he at today?
He's pretending to coach
Yeah.
the Spartans down in Old Forge.
Yeah.
You got your first 8th grade win
Hold on.
yesterday, huh? What?
He's going to get pizza?
He is getting pizza if they win.
I
Only
wish-
if they win.
I wish we had pizza.
There's no pizza if they,
I wish we had
if they
pizza.
lose. We're supposed to have pizza.
Yeah. By the way,
Pizza.
go get yourself a Firebird from G&M Snack Bar. By the way, that's another message down there. Along with
Your booster.
Along with and you can get your booster from G&M.
You might need to.
Go get. I think that's a great. It's a great marketing. I wonder if he could get some sort of
Burger and a booster.
Yeah, burger and a booster.
G&M snack bar
I'm gonna make him
in the south side.
I'm gonna make him a graphic.
Idle Hour South, right?
Burger and a booster for a little bit, right? A little bit.
Right.
Construction has begun. I saw the pictures.
Did you see the building yet?
No, I've driven past it before, but I've seen the pictures.
Do you at least know which building it is now? Since you've asked me 30
No,
times.
I haven't driven by there since.
Since it was
Since the
identified.
last time I was in the area to go to Popeyes
Got it. Popeyes.
to get Popeyes.
You and Bobby?
Yep. Me and Bobby, we went to go get Popeyes.
Tell us about Popeyes. That was a pretty good story with Bobby.
It was something. Chicken sandwich was okay. Their fries were decent.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I've tried it.
It's not. I'll take Popeyes. Now, here's the difference, right? So, we have that new Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Don't tell me Popeyes beats Chick-fil-A. It doesn't even happen.
No, I'm saying, but, like, the line for Chick-fil-A bends. I'm pretty sure it touches Scranton. I'm pretty sure the line ends at David or whatever. Oh God.
The Expressway.
The Expressway.
Okay.
Like it ends there.
Uh-huh.
So you want Chick-fil-A, you're in line. You're waiting a little bit. When we pulled up to Popeyes, there were only 2 cars. And we waited.
The line doesn't even extend to McDonald's, right?
No, and we waited just as long as we would have if we went to Chick-fil-A. I don't know how that worked. And when I went into the bathroom, there was quite the odor in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You guys could,
Somebody rip one out?
No, different kind of odor.
Okay.
Maybe if you need it for medicinal purposes, that kind of odor in there.
Okay.
Yeah. So But yeah, we're watching Indiana, so I'm gonna try to get as much out of you as I can because you're in the zone. They're losing to TikTok star Jimmy Soto and Ohio State right now.
Soto didn't get in the game yet. I'm gonna promise to try to be on my best behavior, but the Hoosiers are coming off a terrible loss at Penn State on Sunday.
Oh, that you
that I
were
was
at
in attendance.
Okay.
Yeah, wasn't happy. And now they're hosting Ohio State and get beat by 6 early. So
Yeah.
I'm going to try to not curse. I don't know if I've done that throughout an Indiana game.
Not curse?
Yeah, so
Yeah, well.
here's the hoping.
So a lot of topics that we can go through that we could talk about.
A ton has happened, huh?
Ton. Where do you want to? I'll let you. Where would you
This
like?
pisses me off already. This kid was a bum at Indiana, and now
he's an Indiana.
Oh
kid.
yeah, he's an Indiana grad transfer. Transfers out, goes to Ohio State,
He's just
and now he's
saucing you.
now he's posting up.
Look at this.
Going to his left shoulder, sky hook.
Looks like Ronnie Tomasetti out there, except like the other side of the glass. He uses right.
Absolute joke. But anyway.
Topic.
I
A
digress.
lot of sports. Just a lot of topics in general, I guess. What do you?
Yeah.
I'll let you pick which one you want to start with.
Well, we were supposed to. This was going to be a more.
This was going to be a good
NFL dominant
Our camera.
podcast episode.
You keep. Our camera went out. Actually, you keep talking. I'm gonna just fix it while I'm talking to you. I'm gonna switch.
Yeah. Hey, how about that?
I'm gonna switch cameras here.
What happened?
The battery died in this one, so I'm just gonna kick that one
We've been
out.
podcasting for 5 minutes.
I know. Canon, man. Their batteries stink.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Santa Claus screwed you.
Yeah, that guy's a jerk. So yeah, we were supposed to have
We were supposed to be
real life,
NFL dominant.
Yeah,
today.
and we were gonna have a real life Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Not real life. I don't know why I made it sound so epic. We're in Pennsylvania, a lot of Steelers fans, but like someone who went to Big Ben's
last game.
potential final last home game.
He did.
And they got a dub. I mean, I wanted to ask him that there couldn't have been another quarterback he wanted to see on the other sideline other than Baker Mayfield. There couldn't be. I mean, Baker Mayfield's terrible. Who else would you want to see? Big Ben's final game. Who else would you want playing against him? You know what I mean? It's gotta be Baker because he stinks. That's what I'm getting at. You're looking at me like, yeah, he stinks.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, but
Great point.
So have you talked to him since he got back? How was his experience? What's the deal here?
I didn't get to talk to him too much since he's been back. He did. think that's what is kind of his hallmark in terms of, what he's done over his career.
Yeah.
That I don't know if you're going to, will Pittsburgh ever see that again? Will the league see that again? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. And Pittsburgh needs to see it because they're they're flying blind because they're in trouble. Mason Rudolph. See, this would be great if he was here. I'd be like, Mason Rudolph, what are your thoughts? I'm sure I'd get a lot of explicit expletives,
Yes.
and I'd have to do a lot of editing. But like, he stinks. They got Dwayne Haskins. He didn't really pan out in Washington for him.
Right.
And then this quarterback class is terrible.
Yeah.
Which leading to was it last Saturday?
Jordan Geronimo ties it up, baby.
New Year's Day. I was watching the Ole Miss Oregon. Was it Ole Miss Oregon? I believe it was.
No, Ole Miss played Baylor.
Ole Miss Baylor, yeah.
Yeah.
And Matt Corral, who is
Yeah.
going to be a first-round pick.
Got hurt.
But I'm not saying that. His first pass was literally, close my eyes, I'm going to throw it into triple coverage, and it was intercepted. And this is a guy that is going to be a first-round. That's how bad the quarterback class is. So if you're like Pittsburgh.
But that's how bad the GMs are. Again, back to my point. Why are you going to go after one of these quarterbacks early? Just because you're desperate?
Well, one of these, I wouldn't. I also watched Ohio State right before that game. Next year, C.J. Stroud, I would go after. And, like, Bryce Young, I would go after. But, not Matt Corral, Kenny Pickett.
Pickett's the guy. If our guest was here, he's all over Pickett. Loves him.
Because he's a Pitt
And
Panther.
he's a Pitt guy, right.
I like him, but he's just not. And they compare him, like, his comparisons are Joe Burrow. He's not Joe Burrow.
No.
He's not Joe Burrow. He had a couple good, right? Again, and I think if this is a better quarterback class, like Kenny Pickett's not even being considered in the first round. He's a
second, third round guy.
He wasn't considered potentially a first-round quarterback until the last half of the college season, maybe even the last 4 weeks.
Just before this fake slide?
Just because I think that's what kind of did it for him. He was
put
back
him over
end.
the top, first round draft pick, fake
but
slide.
It was like you look at the quarterbacks, like, Matt Corral, okay, he kind of stinks. Like Malik Willis, he plays at Liberty, don't really know. Sam Howell was supposed to be, he stinks at North Carolina. Spencer Rattler got benched. These are all the guys that were supposed to be the first round picks. So by default, Kenny Pickett's now working his way up the draft boards. But again, he just doesn't. I mean, you're going to be stuck with you draft.
No.
I like Kenny Pickett, though. I really do. I like his competitiveness.
Yeah.
But he's just not. I don't think he's physically like.
I was listening to a guy kill your boy Trevor Lawrence. And what, he has done, or more appropriately, what he has not done this year. And when you look at these guys compared to Lawrence, I mean, they're not. I don't know how they're going to fix anybody's problems in the league.
Oh yeah, no, these guys don't compare to Lawrence. But again, I think it all depends on your situation.
Right.
Like, where do you go?
Right.
Mac Jones is the best, having the best season of the rookie quarterbacks. Well, he's in New England. They had a good team. They spent money. Jacksonville hired Urban Meyer as their coach and fired him in 6 months.
We're right.
The Jets, I think, I like Robert Saleh, but I mean, who you got for Zach Wilson? Like, who are the guys?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like their running back. I like Michael Carter, a rookie out of North Carolina. He's a good player, but it's just tough. And then Chicago, again, they draft Justin Fields, but Matt Nagy is on his way out the door. So now you're getting into these situations where these rookie quarterbacks, they're going to end up some of them are going to end up like Alex Smith, where Alex Smith had 7 offensive coordinators his first 7 years in San Francisco, finally leaves, gets some stability in Kansas City, and has a pretty good career, pretty solid NFL career. Same thing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you can't just keep changing coaches, and some of these guys are going to bad spots. The good news for these guys, these quarterbacks coming in, I don't imagine any of them are going to be top 5 picks. I don't think any of them will be top 10 picks. So they'll at least go to teams that might have finished with a record close to 500, kind of close.
Yeah.
They won't be going to 2-win teams. But also I don't think any of them are super gifted. Speaking of Trevor, because segue, college coach, coached NFL.
Okay.
I heard Jim Harbaugh might be.
No way.
Might
Leaving Michigan?
Might be exploring. Now, granted, could it be something where Michigan's like, hey, Jim, we'll give you whatever you want to keep you.
Yeah.
But also, maybe it was just like, okay, I beat Ohio State. I got to the playoff,
Nah, I don't buy it, man. I think he's got plenty more left in the tank and things that prove at Michigan. He's been in the league already.
But don't you think the same thing? Like, wouldn't he? Yeah, doesn't he have things to prove in the NFL? You think him not winning that Super Bowl like eats at him?
I don't know.
You think how he left doesn't eat at him? And who's the GM in Jacksonville?
Who?
Trent Baalke. That was the GM in San Francisco, and they were going to the Super Bowl. Just saying. I think
Why
they
do
had
you why do you know that?
What?
What, like that connection? Like that just.
I'm a sports guy. We do a sports podcast. I need to know.
Wow.
No, I just remember. Wouldn't you remember Trent Baalke? Just a name that you would just remember.
Balky from like Perfect Strangers.
Balco? No, that's a steroid company.
No. Balky. Google it. Perfect Strangers.
No.
That means I'm way too older than you are.
Yeah. But what do you think, friend of the show, Jack Kelly, would do if John Harbaugh, who, by the way,
You would have to hide his shoelaces and belt if Harbaugh leaves Michigan. Are you kidding me?
By the way, I did.
He'll be slobbering all over the kitchen mirror. Or bathroom mirror. Listen to me in the kitchen.
I did reach out to him to be like, hey man, any shot you want to give us a statement for
no more statements.
No,
for
a
Jack.
statement, but after the loss, I think I might have texted him like 2 days later. Gave him some time to, cope with it. Yeah, let him deal with it. And he's like, "Yeah, I will. When are you gonna when do I need to have it done by?" I'm like, I don't know. We could podcast 3 days from now or 3 weeks from now. We're not really great at scheduling. So, but he never got back to me. So I think it's too tough. But I did talk to him. He is doing well, still breathing. You know what I mean?
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Glad to hear Jack's doing all right.
The game was terrible, though. Did you watch? You watched
I only
that
watched
game.
the first half. I couldn't watch anymore.
Aiden Hutchinson, runner-up in the Heisman, potential first overall pick.
Yeah.
I don't think he cemented himself as the first overall pick after that game.
Right.
I don't even think he did anything. I don't even remember him on the field. He did declare to the draft today, so I think Kayvon Thibodeau from Oregon might, kind of jump him. I guess it'll all go into the combine, what happens there. Mm-hmm. But the game was bad, man. I think I watched Jim Harbaugh, like his pregame interview.
Yeah.
And I bet them. So I had a parlay where I bet Alabama live because Cincinnati demonstrated that they could not score.
Uh-huh.
So I think I bet them live like 15.5 or something when it was 17-6.
Yeah.
And then I took Michigan because all the guy, like Herb Street, and they're like, oh, it's going to be a close game. Like, this is going to be a close game.
I honestly thought it was going to be. I thought Michigan was going to be
you said that
more
too.
competitive than that.
And I bought into it, and then I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, Kirby Smart, Georgia's been there. Georgia's been to the play. Like, they're a mainstay in the playoffs.
Right.
Like, Kirby Smart knows how to get his team ready, right?
Yep.
Some of these guys have played. They played in the playoff. You know what I mean? The moment's not going to be too big. And then Michigan, they did all this stuff throughout the year. And maybe you should have listened to Jack because he was pretty doom and gloom about it in his statement. You know what I mean? But
he's always gloom and doom.
True. But then I think Jim Harbaugh was getting interviewed pregame, and I'm just like, this guy went to a Super Bowl, but he looks like he's nervous and doesn't realize he needs to get the kids ready to go. And he's giving off nervous energy in this game. So at that point, I knew I was in trouble, but I didn't know it was going to be that bad.
Yeah. So I thought I was watching some TV and came across I guess it was supposed to be a series of some sort with the college football playoff, but ended up only being an episode of Welcome to the Show or something along those lines on ESPN Plus, and it documented the 4 teams going into the semifinal, and just kind of different things that they touched on through the year, through the last game leading up to, and all that. So Saban beats. They're on Alabama segment. Saban beats Georgia. The confetti's flying, right? And somehow there's a mic on him and his athletic director right at the stage there before they accept the trophy or do the trophy presentation. And Greg Byrne, the Alabama AD, comes over to him and says, where do you want to play, either Dallas or Miami? Based on this, odds are, and I can't confirm it to you, he says, but odds are we're the likely number one pick.
Is that how that works?
I guess so, because he says I'm going to have to give them feedback tonight, the committee, before they make their decisions in the morning on placing opponents. And he even mentioned something. Now, of course, everybody says, no, it's not how it works. And but he even mentioned them probably not forcing another Alabama-Georgia rematch to let them play if they play again in the final. And he says, so it's likely that we'll end up playing Cincinnati. And he goes, which would you prefer to play? You don't have to come with an answer now, but we got to give them some feedback by the end of the night. And the two of them are talking quick, and he says, Dallas is as far away for us as it is for Cincinnati. And he says the home run, Dallas is probably a lot less distractions than Miami. So
good point.
So Saban naturally, it's already set. They're going to the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, and they're sending Georgia and Michigan down to Miami. Well, it was the Orange Bowl, right? That they played the semifinal game.
Yeah.
But so he takes care of his own guys and keeps them focused and out of trouble in Miami. Sends them to Dallas, but then
it's like
lets the other two schools that he's going to end up playing the winner in that game.
Kirby, Jim, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah. So, I found that pretty intriguing. So.
Yeah. When I was watching just that, again, going back to that Michigan game,
please go down.
I knew it was over when, Michigan wanted to run the ball. I think Cade McNamara stinks. Not stinks, but he's like, he's not going to win you games. You can't get down 14 points and expect to win.
Correct. Michigan is built for the running game.
And Georgia's like, not today.
Right.
But then when it was garbage time and they put, I don't know if he's a freshman or a sophomore, the McCarthy kid.
Uh-huh.
I don't think McNamara is a senior. I think he'd come back. I think it would behoove Jim Harbaugh to say, if he's still their coach and not the coach of like the Raiders or something.
He's not going pro.
I think it would behoove him to be like, all right, Cade, thank you for last year. We're going with McCarthy though, because he's just more stronger arm, more athletic. Still run the ball, but okay, if we need a quarterback to do something, I would trust McCarthy.
We can't hit a three.
Yeah, you guys stink. I would trust this McCarthy kid. So I liked what I saw from him when he got in the game, but when they couldn't run the ball, it was game over for them. They were just anemic offensively.
Yeah, Georgia was firing on all cylinders. They obviously had a hell of a lot more to prove, and I think it's like anything else. I think Georgia had that business trip mentality.
Because they've been there.
You're right, and Michigan was just kind of happy to
be there.
They, got invited to the show.
Happy to participate, yes.
So, 1-9 from 3. I'm going to lose my mind here in a little bit.
How you feel? You excited for the rematch, or like what are your thoughts on it?
I am. I mean, now that again I took that trip down to Alabama, I've always enjoyed the SEC. But getting a taste of it in person, I really love the SEC game, and I think the two of them, they're another guest of ours that was supposed to be here said if it was Georgia, Alabama, he's not watching it at all. But to me, you got the two best teams in college football. You have two guys that coach with each other, very similar philosophies, very similar approaches to the game, and you have a ton of kids that are going to play on Sundays. So in a college atmosphere, I don't know what more you want if you're a college football fan than, I mean, I understand, nobody wants to see Alabama win their 900th national title, and they're sick of the same old, but they're your two best teams. Now, it's a Monday night. Probably not going to make it longer than the first quarter.
It's a Monday
before I pass out on the couch, but I will watch as much as my body will allow me, yeah.
But it's one of those things now where those are the two best teams, and it's almost like the last, what are we going to say, 4 years? It's either Alabama, Clemson, Alabama. It's like always the same teams in it, or the same teams that have a shot. You throw Oklahoma in there, they get smoked in the first round. You throw Michigan in there, they get smoked. It seems like it's going to be the last couple of years. Alabama, Georgia, or Alabama, Clemson, or Clemson. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
So
somewhere I saw a quote from Saban that kind of wasn't him not in favor of expanding the playoff, saying that he doesn't understand the argument of how it would make better games.
It wouldn't make it better. It would just make them more money. No, because no matter what you do, it's going to come down to Alabama, Georgia.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
It's going to come down.
And that's what I think he, is insinuating, is you're still going to have your best.
What do we think? Like the Baylor Ole Miss game, the over/under was 60.5. They scored 14 total points, I think. Like what do we think? We think one of those teams is going to win the national championship?
Right.
Think Matt Corral's going to? No, they're not. They're not. So why do I need to see him in there? Although Ohio State did put on quite the performance against Utah, coming back. Smith and Jigbu, 347.
Did you just say his whole name without taking a breath?
Smith and Jigbu, yep.
Wow. You were practicing that one,
I kept looking for...
That was your ace in the hole today?
I kept looking for... I didn't even know we'd get to it, but I kept looking for Southern Columbia grad Julian Fleming. The only time I saw him, he was always on the field, but he was never, scoring the touchdowns. It was either Marvin Harrison. He was there celebrating. I always saw him celebrating or attempting to throw a block. Other than that,
he got called for holding on that kick return.
Yes. Other than that, Julian Fleming did not see anything.
I'd be interested. Somebody mentioned, I was watching a game mentioned that they think that he'll transfer out. He's not,
Could not. I mean,
not going to see the field probably.
Well, not now. I mean, their two best receivers were out. Smith and Jigbu is a sophomore coming back. Marvin Harrison.
You're already getting recruited over.
Yeah.
Man,
that transfer portal. Caleb Williams from Oklahoma, he bounced. He's in the transfer portal, so he left Oklahoma as well.
Yeah.
So, but then, did you see that thing? Dylan Gabriel, he was UCF's quarterback, committed to UCLA. Was supposed to start classes, like, on Monday.
Yeah.
And then Caleb Williams is like, I'm entering the transfer portal. And then Dylan Gabriel's like, actually, by the way, I'm going to Oklahoma. Like, it all happened, like, real quick. Like, he was ready to start classes at UCLA. Caleb Williams goes. He ends up in Oklahoma. Like, how does that happen? And I don't, like, there's got to be some sort of, because honestly, at this point, it's free agency.
I was just going to say that. I said that earlier today to somebody.
Like, it's not even education. It's just free. Like,
no.
I mean, how do you commit to a team and then not back out at the last minute because, this opportunity's open now, so I'm going to.
Yeah. They just happen to have his major, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure that was in his decision.
That's going to be how they make sure it's not tampering, I guess, I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the transfer portal.
No, it's definitely going to affect recruiting. Like, look at who was I watching the other day? Oh, God, basketball. Yesterday. Who played Baylor?
I don't know. And won. I don't know.
I want to say, God. It might have been Oklahoma. It was Oklahoma. Oklahoma played Baylor.
Okay.
And gave him a good game. Who's the the coach. I recognized him. I can't think of his name. He might have been a Michigan assistant.
At Oklahoma?
He's the Oklahoma's head coach now.
It's not sure. I have somebody, Lon Kruger, and
No.
it's not Lon Kruger. Where's Lon Kruger? I thought he was at Oklahoma.
No, it is no, God. Porter Moser. Oh, he was where was he?
He was at
The-
Loyola.
Loyola. Yeah. Porter Moser. And they were saying, right, so I think this is his first year, like he came in and he hit the transfer portal hard. Like
I
he
see
got,
what he did there, transfer
yeah,
portal.
yeah. I mean, that's how he's gonna.
It was smooth.
But he got like, and they're 11-2. They're 11-3 now after they lost. But like, I mean, they got Goldschweier from Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got a bunch of transfer. Like that's how he built his team, and that's how they're competitive. He just went in there and hit the transfer. So I mean, I imagine at some point that's going to affect recruiting,
Definitely.
like high school recruiting.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, those guys, they're in some trouble, the high school kids, because
They're getting the shit end of the stick for sure.
yeah, here we go. Indiana's going into half up 3 over Ohio State. Top 15 team. Let's knock them off here. Trace, just get in the locker room and play and use your right hand, please, in the second half. But anyway, Indiana did the same thing when Coach Woodson got the job back in March, April. The point guard, Xavier Johnson, they went out and got Miller Kopp out of Northwestern. So he dipped into the portal. Coaching change at Penn State, and it pretty much was a fire sale of Penn State kids that went out and are playing elsewhere. A guy at Florida, a guy here at Ohio State, Jamari Wheeler. Brockington went out to Iowa State. So Minnesota, same thing, was a coaching change. Pretty much went into the entire transfer portal to pull their roster for this year. But it's coming off of the COVID situation and free years, and it's kind of all chaos right now. But it's going to be interesting to see how this settles in when we kind of get back into normal 13 scholarships and everybody's on the same footing as far as what's the impact of the transfer portal.
You think
Not only basketball but football.
You think it'll have more of an impact on high school recruiting in football than basketball?
A little bit, yeah, because I think
more roster spots.
Yeah, there's the thought in the portal where if I'm that coach and my job's on the line and I can either sport, I'm going to go in and get that kid that's coming from his sophomore to junior year that's going to make a more immediate impact. He's more accustomed and acclimated to college life, physically more developed, and and has some experience other than Friday Night Lights back home in his high school. So they're going to be kind of more valued in terms of the win now mentality that the college game is pretty much dictating.
And do you think it's going to get to the point now with like NIL and being able to make money? Like so now a kid enters the transfer portal. One, does that become part of it? Coach is saying, hey, I could get you this deal. Like, one, is that even legal for them to do? One, I don't think the NCAA has any control. I could text my guy and be like, bud, you got any control of this NIL thing? or what's the deal?
See if he gets back to you quick.
Want to jump on a FaceTime call right now?
If we got some NIL questions.
But like, is that something?
So I think pretty much every big school out there has their own little, whether they've outsourced the job, whether they've built an internal team to take care of it, but they all have their own little NIL brand, NIL program, whatever you want to word it. that naturally they promote and try to sell to the recruits that here are the steps we have in place to allow you to come into Indiana, Alabama, Florida State, Arkansas, and potentially capitalize.
Monetize yourself?
Yeah, on your name, image, likeness. So
does it include selling pictures? Just wondering.
Pictures, I believe so. A lot of people are selling pictures nowadays. It's the hot item. Very, very, very lucrative business right now, especially locally. So, yes.
Continue. I just saw my opportunity to throw that in there, so I did.
I'll give you a good one. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm at Madison's game the other night.
Okay.
Sitting across from the bench.
Okay.
Right? Near midcourt. Referee, I'll leave nameless.
And you were trying to take pictures yourself? Or?
No.
Okay. All right.
I'll keep the referee nameless, right?
Okay.
I don't know, say end of quarter, whatever it was. So I'm across from the bench, across from the scores table near half court. Naturally, that's where you put the ball in play to begin the quarter, begin the half, whatever, right? Just so happens it's West ball. Madison comes over and is inbounding the ball to her teammate to start the said period.
Great job, Madison.
Said referee is standing there with the ball, waiting to start the quarter. Leans over his shoulder, about to give her the ball. He goes, I'm going to step back a couple steps just so I'm not in her picture at all. And then he hands her the ball, and they start the quarter. So apparently my social media reach is spectacular these days.
Okay.
But anyway.
I got a ref story.
Okay.
Like I don't know the guy's name, so I feel like it's fair game.
All right.
So
from your game or no?
Yeah, no, from my game, right? Coach on the junior high level. So, usually we get a bunch of older gentlemen that can't really move well, that are just, trying to make a couple bucks, right? Love the hustle.
Yep.
Yesterday we got, and there was obviously a boys game before us, so these guys were pulling like quadruple duty.
Yep.
4 games. And this one fella was not my favorite.
Should I look him up? I might have the ability. Let's look him up. Go ahead. Tell your story.
You would think, right, instead of refereeing.
It wasn't Magic Rob, was it?
It was not Magic Rob.
All right.
You would think that he was not refereeing a Lackawanna League junior high game. You would think that this was the NBA Finals.
He was a diehard, huh?
Oh, yeah. He
I'm really curious who this was.
But not good. Like really, not like Rob's a diehard, right? We give Rob a lot of shit, but he wants to be a really good ref, right? Like he hustles, like he knows it. He's like, but this guy just kind of wanted to be an asshole. All right, as long as it's not the F word, I'm just gonna keep it in. Okay,
it's your show.
Yeah. So. In 2 games, I wasn't paying attention to his calls during the boys game.
Boys are losing at halftime.
Really?
Not going to be good in Pizza Town. Yikes! Go ahead.
No Arcaros for them.
Nope.
That's probably the halftime speech. No Arcaro and Janelle's for you if you don't pick it up here, boys. So he called 2 delay of games.
Delay a game.
I'm like, I looked at him, right? The first one, I think he got Carbondale once, right, first.
Yeah.
I think in the first game, so the 7th grade game, and then he gets me in the 8th grade game, and I'm just like,
whoa, I don't know either of these guys.
Yeah, and okay.
Wow.
So he gets me in the 2nd game. He's like, Coach, delay a game, but he was like real serious, like staring me down and stuff. I wanted to be like, Bud, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how you get a delay of game in basketball when we are the defense. I don't understand what you're telling me here. Can you explain it to me? What mid-story? How do you get, as the defensive team, when they're taking out of bounds, how do you get a delay game?
They're taking the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, Carbondale was taking the ball out of bounds. I got a delay game.
Inbound under, side out. Where
side
we
out.
At? Side out. And you got a delay game.
I don't even know how. I imagine if you're on offense and it takes you forever to get the ball, I could see it. I don't know how I get it defensively, but I did.
The only delay game call that I can think of off the top of my head right now is You score a basket.
And you, throw the ball?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not what happened.
So that they can't inbound and get down the other end of the floor.
Yeah, that's not what happened.
That's pretty odd.
So he gave us the delay of game, and then in the fourth quarter of the second game, he's like, all of a sudden, right, a minute, we have a lead. He just stops the game. He's like, Coach, come here. Coach, come here. Calls me and the Carbondale coach over, just stops the game.
This is junior high girls game.
Yep, just stops the game, calls us both over, right? He goes, number such and such, and number such and such, talking a little bit. Number such and such squared up. Not going to have it. Not on my watch. He's, staring us down, trying to, be some hard ass. And I'm just like, who is this guy? One, I've been here a while.
He makes Magic Rob sound normal.
One, we had a 6 o'clock start, which is a little late for junior high, but I want to go. Did we?
But
really
I was trying to hook you up with a primetime game.
I mean, it was. But do we really need to do this? And then, so I walk back, and my assistant is there.
It was Larry's fault at Carbondale.
Yeah, my assistant's there taking a book, and she just looks at me. She goes, "Man, is this guy on a power trip or what?" And out loud, this would have been one where I almost probably would have got the call into your office. I'm like, yeah, this guy seems like, I said it loud enough where he was standing, I don't know, if I'm here, he's probably standing maybe where your bathroom door would be. So he's kind of close, right?
Okay, yeah.
Within 10 feet. I go, yeah, this guy just seems like kind of an asshole. And I turned around, he was standing right there. I'm like, that might land me a technical 5-point game. Tom wouldn't be thrilled. Either he didn't hear it or
you can't talk like that in front of the kids.
But it was.
They better not have heard you.
It was real absurd. No, it was. They didn't hear me.
Okay.
It was a little absurd what this guy was doing, though. So yeah, look him up. He's not Magic Rob, but
I'm interested to see.
It was a little much, and I'm just like, I know varsity coaches can request not to have referees.
Yeah, you can't.
I don't know which one it was, so I would just have to request I don't want either of them again, because the other guy was fine.
Yeah.
He was a normal guy.
He's out by proxy, though.
He was just there to collect his $27.50 or whatever PIAA officials make now. They get paid all right, eh?
Yeah, I think it's $61.
He was there to make his $61 and get out of there. Coaches 4 games. They made $2,400 or $226. No, they were there for the
$122.
Oh yeah, because it's
61.
Just 61 for both games.
For the doubleheader.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, geez, good for them.
Yeah,
it's not a bad way. I mean, but this guy was a little much. He could have got
anybody out there. We do need referees.
Yeah,
we do need referees.
Do not be like the guy that
Big
I just
shortage.
Don't be like the guy just
bus drivers, coaches, referees.
Don't be
we can't find them. Kids don't play.
It's for the kids.
For the kids.
For the kids. We'll get a certain someone
and photographers.
Lucrative business.
Lucrative.
Listen.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say it. Not gonna say it. What else happened? What else we got?
With what? AB. What about AB? What do you think?
What about him?
What do you think about the situation? Tell me where you stand. Where you at?
Well, do you know any of the updates that were coming out today, or just that he went nuts and just
threw it? I heard the text messages were released. What else?
And he was officially released today.
Yeah, he was released.
Okay. So do you know his situation, his side of the story? One, I will say, AB released a statement last night.
Yes, saw that.
You saw the statement?
Did.
What was your first thought?
One of those where it's not completely true, but there's definitely truth in there, but likes to tell a story and fabricate a couple things.
Okay. My first thought was, no shot in hell he wrote this.
Well, definitely not.
That was my first thought. That was yeah, but my thoughts are just like you. It's a weird situation, the whole Buccaneers thing, because when he was a free agent last year or whatever, when the rumblings were happening, Antonio Brown, and I remember Bruce Arians was asked at a press conference, he's like, no, we're good here. Like, we're good with our receiving core, this and that. And then, maybe Tom Brady got in someone's ear, maybe Bruce Arians, maybe the GM, whatever. Antonio Brown's there.
Uh-huh.
All right, Bruce Arians, one mess up, he's gone.
Right.
All right. Well, I don't know. He faked a vax card. You brought him back, and then he goes nuts on the sideline. And I'm sure he probably did other things that I am forgetting about in Tampa Bay. He was a bunch of, I think, other.
Well, there's definitely going to be things that we don't know about publicly.
Yeah, but I feel like it kind of makes Bruce Arians, who I like, look a little soft, because it pretty much looks like Tom Brady does what he wants there. Which, rightly so.
Yeah, right. At this point, how can he not?
Rightly so.
You got an offensive coordinator on the field for yourself at this point.
Yeah, but also personnel director, too, because he gets to make these calls. I want this guy. Oh, yeah. Bruce Arians, you coached him when he was a rookie. You don't want him? I do. I played with him for a cup of coffee. He showed up one game when we played Miami in New England, did really well, and then we had to cut him. You know what I mean? He was really good for that one game. But they officially released him today. His ankle, I don't know what you're getting shot up with to ease the pain.
That's the one part I didn't like about the statement is where he insinuated that he didn't know what they put in him in terms of that medication and that shot.
Former NFL running back Clinton Portis gets 6 months in jail. Health care fraud. That's not good. Okay, continue.
Oh, I don't buy. It's not 20 years ago. 20 years ago, you could, or longer, you could have gotten away with, they just hit me with a needle and I don't know what it was. I don't buy that right now. I don't buy that a guy, especially like AB, would sit there on the table and take the shot if he disagreed with getting the shot.
Yes.
There certainly is a role in the NFL game for that type of practice, as long as it's not abused. And so I don't necessarily think that's part. I think the storytelling, and then if your ankle's in that condition, and I've heard it, I'm not the first one saying this by any means, is do you put on that display coming off the field if your ankle hurts that bad, jumping jacks and.
My thing is. That's what I was going to ask you. I don't remember if he said already had fragments jamming into his ankle.
He said something about the hyped up on his adrenaline as his reason why he was able to put on the display he put on with the bum ankle that he has.
Even with so if they shoot you up with something, can you just not feel it, or your ankle, or because
and it could be a product of the shot, yeah.
Because I don't know if you saw the highlights before he got kicked out, but he ran some route against a defensive back for the Jets. Mm-hmm. And he just made the dude look stupid. He went right, the guy turned around, came back left, the guy flipped around, and then he just stopped on a dime and came back to the ball and had 7 yards between him and the defender.
Right.
And he made him look stupid. So I'm sitting here thinking, even if they shot you up with whatever, that might have been able to get you out there, but I don't think you can do something like that.
Right.
If your ankle is as bad as you said it is.
Yeah, I don't know. The way the Bucs have handled this too doesn't make Arians an organization look any better than I think AB does right now.
They gave him a million chances.
Yeah, but there seems to be some type of component though of not them forcing him to play, but certainly trying to minimize his injury and get him to play as much as he can there.
Yeah.
So, that part of the game is never going away. I don't think you're not gonna get as much as the politically correct thing to say is, we're gonna arrest them and keep them healthy and not destroy their bodies. You're making money destroying your body. So.
Quite the display, though, by Antonio Brown.
It was. He put on a hell of a show.
Listen, those people, Jets fans on that particular Sunday, they were competitive for the whole game. They were winning the majority of the game. They didn't come out with the W, but Antonio Brown did make sure that they got their money's worth because they could say, I was at the game when Antonio Brown's full on CT may have kicked in. I was there.
Mr. V was there.
Mr. V.
Yeah, Mr. Vidansky was at the game. He was in attendance for the Antonio Brown show.
No way. What did he say?
Yeah.
Why was he there, and what did he say?
I don't know. He just had Jets tickets, and
wouldn't it have been awesome if
down.
Antonio? You know how Antonio Brown got in the
he threw his shirt to him. That'd be awesome.
No, but you know how Antonio Brown had like an Uber waiting for him, and it was some famous Uber driver. What if it was? What if it was Mr. V?
Chad,
Yo, hey Bizzle, I got you. Where are we going? Studio? Let's go. Let's lay down some tracks.
Yeah, somebody said he released
I guess,
an album or a single or a song. I don't know what the hell
But also you do something like that, like it almost seems like it was pre-planned.
this kid's got. Right.
You know what I mean? So it's I don't know, but
This kid, Xavier Johnson's got to stop shooting the ball, man.
did Jimmy get in yet, or
No, not yet. I didn't see him.
did the Bucknell transfer Jimmy? TikTok superstar?
TikTok Jimmy.
I didn't want to talk, but at some point, if you were, I don't know, a college kid at Ohio State and didn't really play much, and like we're famous on TikTok, and I imagine at this point he's probably getting comments like, "Bud, do you even get off?
Yeah.
the chair?" Like
Again.
Like, would you continue to do that, or would you
No,
potentially
at some point you got to.
would you potentially think about?
At some point you got to give it up.
Taking these TikToks in the Ohio State locker room, like, you know what I mean? Dancing with.
Hey, are you a manager? That's cool. You got a lot of access. They even give you a jersey.
Yeah, dancing with like.
He's still in the full out warm up, pants and everything.
Dancing with Brew, like they might win this game against Indiana, and he might go into the locker room, post a TikTok about how they just won, and he might not log a minute. I feel like that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it should probably be someone who actually, I don't know, shot the ball.
Yeah, that stuff.
Hit the slip pad. You know what I mean? Just like, like hit the slip board. Like,
At least once.
Yeah, like. And not coming out of the halftime locker room so you don't slip getting a couple shots up. Like actually getting the game. Is that him? No, that's not him.
No, that's Aaron's.
Is Jimmy even on it? Do I even give him a seat? Is he sitting behind?
I'm telling you, no.
Is he sitting behind? Is that him behind?
No, he's in.
Is he one of them sitting behind the bench? Like he's not even good enough to get a seat?
He's on the bench. He's on the bench, but he's down quite a ways.
He's the last guy? He's
almost the last guy.
And he's the most.
Shoot it. Put it in. Come on, Miller.
He's the most famous one.
I know.
Shows you.
There it is. Parker Stewart for 3. Up 4. Let's go.
He looks like Cole
fellas.
Anthony a little bit. A lot of bit.
I like the kid. He's
no, like I'm saying, he actually looks like Cole Anthony.
Yeah.
Crazy though. Jimmy Soto, is that his name?
Sotos. Yeah.
He's probably NIL. He might be making the most money on the Ohio State team, and he don't
I'll
even
tell
play.
you what. I think he's checking in now.
No way. Where's he at? That ain't him.
Oh no, it's
That's another white kid with
Kevin,
tattoos. You know what I mean? That's another white
Kyle
kid.
Young and Aaron's at the scorer's table.
Oh, there are 2 of them. Oh, Jimmy.
Let's go. We got it. This is a big possession here. Up 4. Coming up to
it's not good podcast content though.
If the Hoosiers win this game, you're going to miss out on a hell of a lot of good content.
I got one big one left.
Go ahead.
So obviously the Brooklyn Nets just caved.
Kyrie.
They just caved.
22 points last night.
Couldn't stay firm and just be like, couldn't stick to their guns. They got desperate.
Right.
And they're like, Kyrie, all right. We know we told you
we need you.
We know we told you weren't playing unless you got vaccinated. But we kind of stink now. We're going down. We got people dropping like flies with COVID. How about you come back and play the road games, pal? And like you said, he came back in at 22. We think of the move from a Brooklyn Nets looking soft kind of standpoint. And did Kevin Durant just go into someone's office and be like, hey, listen, call him up, tell him he's playing the away games?
Yeah, I think you're crazy to think that they're going to leave him out the whole year.
If they've lost 5 games and are the best team in the East right now. Is Kyrie Irving coming anywhere near that team?
If they're what?
If they are the number 1 seed in the East right now, and
No, not yet. But
No,
I
I'm
think
saying
eventually does.
no, yeah, I'm saying. So you think no matter what, even if they were top notch, cream of the crop in the East, they were still going to call. They were still going to call Kyrie to come back and play.
Eventually, yeah. Because I honestly think that.
Oh, they're actually number 2 in the East.
Right. I honestly think.
24-12. Well, that's not good.
You know,
Who's number 1 though?
You figure, what is it, 24-12? So you're 36 games.
Who's number 1?
You have 46 left. What?
Who's number 1?
The Knicks?
Yeah. The Knicks aren't even winning. They don't even have a winning record, do they? They're not even in there?
I don't know.
They're not even in the play. They're the 11th seed right now.
Don't get me going.
Bulls. Chris Broussard makes a lot of money to say, yeah, I'm not even sure if the Bulls are a playoff team. They're number 1 seed right now.
With what? How?
25-10.
Jesus.
I mean, they got some dogs. DeRozan making back-to-back game winners. Kyrie, we're getting off topic here. That's a
the hell
good-looking
with the
burger.
Bulls. Oof, I'm loving it too.
It's not the McRib, but it's...
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, I think you got to bring him back eventually. He's going to, you have just under 50 games left to go in a year, so he's going to play in 25 of them. They're going to be important games here down the the back half of the schedule. And you don't know. I mean, the way this virus is going, we're going to get out of cold and flu season here in a few weeks, and do they start to loosen some guidance and some of the rules the NBA has, and in terms of being able to
not New
work
York
in the States.
New York, they ain't gonna loosen those up. The only good thing that everyone dropping due to COVID-19 is you see a lot of old heads getting those 10-day contracts. Like Lance Stevenson, I think he was with the Hawks for 10.
Who was one that just got one?
He's with the Pacers now for 10. Joe Johnson.
Yeah,
ISO Joe back.
Somebody else too, and I'm like thinking I didn't know he could.
Greg Monroe got one.
Oh God.
Jason Kidd was joking, but he asked Dirk if he wanted a 10-day. Dirk said no. I think if he said yes, Jason Kidd would be like, all right, pal, you are. Jason Kidd's 2 COVID cases away from being a player coach.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who it was that got offered a 10-day and got it. I don't know. I'm going to spend too much time thinking of it. But
now you made me curious.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look later.
That'll
be for the next episode.
Nah, you'll forget. It's not good podcast. But ISO Joe, man. And Lance Stevenson, I didn't even know that he ended up back in the Pacers. One day I just see an Instagram post, and there he is, back with the Pacers. Well, wasn't this guy just with the Hawks? I guess they didn't give him a second 10-day. Mac McClung, he got a couple 10 days with the Bulls.
No way.
I swear to you, I saw someone.
He's on the line. Other way.
I
don't give him a timeout.
I saw someone.
John Paul, our hero.
When Mac McClung got his 10-day contract. On Facebook.
Yeah.
Share it and be like, I've watched this kid since he was young. I want to be like, what, on social media? I'm happy he got his opportunity. Like he was like your nephew or something. like, this is some random dude on the internet? You're happy he got his 10-day contract?
Hey.
I've been watching him since he was a kid. Really?
The bastard probably got 2 million views because of it.
No, it was someone on Facebook. It wasn't Mac McClung. It was someone on Facebook.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
They just shared a picture of him and just wrote a post. Not 2 million views.
Whatever, Hooper.
I found it weird. That's like you saying, I don't know. I really wish I was prepared for this one.
Nice try, man. Nice try.
Some random high school kid that you watched on the NFHS network from a different state, because you do that from time to time where you watch oh man, I watched this kid once when he was a sophomore on the NFHS network. Really glad he's thriving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Really glad he's thriving out there. I mean, I guess it's like us talking about Julian Fleming before on our podcast.
Those days at Southern Columbia.
Those days that I've never seen him, just knew that he was the best player in the country. And
We played against Fleming in basketball once.
yeah,
Yeah, the Spartans.
how was he?
It was pretty good. He was only a freshman at the time.
Are you happy he got his
He
opportunity?
was able to jump then too, man. He was a hell of an athlete. I want to say it was during the Brad and Noah days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like, well, if he ever gets good at playing receiver and gets an opportunity, they can go back. They can almost be like the people from back in the day, Scranton, that played Kobe and got smoked by Kobe. They could be like, I played Kobe Bryant.
But we beat him. We beat Southern that night.
Oh, okay. I beat Fleming. Or like I don't know. I'm saying, or anybody that played GMAC. You know what I mean? GMAC came in and dropped 48 on us.
Yeah, GMAC dunked on us as a freshman.
GMAC dunked?
But yeah.
As a freshman?
Yeah.
I wasn't even sure if GMAC could dunk at
no,
Syracuse.
No, see, and that's a.
Because he never did.
Yeah, no, he was able to. I mean, at Syracuse, your opportunities are few and far between to bounce off the ground and get up there and flush one in a game. But, back in the days at Hannon when you're playing us idiots,
listen,
he was a freshman when I was a senior.
Listen, GMAC was smart. He knew if he was at Syracuse, if he was in transition and there was anyone anywhere near him, he was pulling it from. He was stopping, popping.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what people don't understand, how good he was in this area. Oh my God, Trace, are you kidding me?
Guy stinks.
Yeah, but he's an All-American. All-American with one arm.
How far can you get kids only being able to use one hand in the sport of basketball? Division I, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
As long as he's
Division I.
as long as he's 6'10", 230.
Division I All-American.
Yeah.
And then that's about it.
Right.
Actually, no, I don't know. I haven't seen Zion because he doesn't play anymore. But at college at Duke, he was only able to go left. He had one move. He was just able to jump 48 inches.
And just jump over,
Yeah. Well, how old were you when Kobe played?
Kobe
Bryant.
Hold on a second. Kobe was.
What was that?
So Willie Chandler was a sophomore in that game.
Willie Chandler probably thought, like, I'm going to get this guy. Or do you think Willie knew?
Kobe loved Willie.
Yeah?
The story is Kobe went into Scranton's locker room to find Willie.
Yeah?
Because Willie was one of the only guys that, quote unquote, Kobe said, did not just roll out a red carpet for him and tried to D him up. And he respected Willie for that.
Favorite coach of Jason Kenny.
So Willie is 2 years older than me. So I was in 8th grade.
Did you go to that game?
No, I did not. That was out of the area.
Oh, where was it?
I want to say down in like the Allentown area.
I mean, do you
Halfway
regret
between here
as an 8th grader
Absolutely.
not going to it?
Absolutely, 100%.
Knowing, this kid's really good, but what's he really going to do? Just so happens, one of the best basketball players ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Do you ever get, I like when I get like Kobe Bryant, like TikToks of just things that he would say.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. They still pop up on my TikTok.
But not even it's always after. Right? Never gave a great interview insight. I feel like he was in that competitive mode. You know what I mean?
Right.
Doesn't want to give other guys insights into what he's doing, but then after he said everything. I think Jay Williams has a story where when he was a rookie or something, they were playing the
great story.
They were playing the Lakers.
Right where you're going.
Yeah. And he's like, all right, I'm going to get to the game was at 6. I'm going to get to the arena at 3. I'm going to get a workout and whatever. I pull up. I hear a basketball already bounce when I'm in there. Kobe's in there, drenched with sweat. Looks like he's been there. He's like, all right, well, I'm not leaving this gym before he does. And he's like, all right, I'm going at it for an hour, dying, drenched with sweat, have a game. And this guy just is not stopping. So at some point, obviously, Jay Williams had to tap out, and then he talked to Kobe. He's like, how did you do that all the time? He's like, no, I saw you in there, and I was not going to leave the gym before you did.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
But again, and it's crazy to think that there are people who are super talented.
Right.
But if you're super talented and have dog shit work ethic, like you're, where do you think your ceilings? I don't know. Maybe you could make it Division I. Maybe you get drafted and then you fizzle out in three years.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, eventually somebody's going to be better than you.
Yeah.
And the thing with Kobe and anybody else would be that obsessive, compulsive character to just have that urgency to be the best and to succeed and not fail. It's just it's an obsessive trait.
But it's also, too, it's like I feel like, right, because his dad was a pro in Italy.
Yeah.
So he's probably always around when he was younger, probably went. I don't think he was. I think he understood it, got the plot. I do myself no good being the best player anywhere, so I'm going to challenge myself. So
Right.
he was probably playing one-on-one with, like, Italy pros, Italian pros when he was a kid. Whereas now, you get 14-year-olds playing football with 11-year-olds. These
Yeah.
really, and, like,
Yep.
you get, juniors dominating JV sports and thinking they're like, it's just, you know what I mean? It's, that's the biggest thing if I ever preach anything. Like, don't be afraid of competition. You get kids that, start like Legion baseball, start, varsity for their high school and play like junior Legion. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Do you want to be good or do you want to
look good?
Do you want to have stats like that don't matter?
Yeah.
That don't matter.
Appear like you're good.
Yeah, do you want to be good? That's a great way to put it. Do you want to be good or do you want to appear like you're good?
Yeah.
In a newspaper.
That's it.
Are we done?
I think we're done.
I think we're done.
Yep.
I don't know how we're going to clip this one off. They don't flow as smoothly here in the garage, especially without Tanner.
What don't flow smoothly?
I don't know, the podcast.
To, like, trail off?
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well,
great show. Glad it worked out. We had 4 headsets ready to go.
two no shows. We made the best
shows.
of it.
Hey, still go get
us next time.
Still go get yourself a Firebird at the G&M snack bar.
No, you know what? Since he didn't show up, all of our loyal, passionate followers that are down there on our recommendation on a daily and nightly basis, do us a favor. Don't go. Let's cut them off.
Cut them off.
That'll show him not to not show up on our show. Next time he comes on the show, we'll tell him all to get back down there and let business back at normal. So
yeah, we're gonna show him the power of chooping it up.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'm gonna send an email to Domino's and see if they could be our new food sponsor starting. So hey, go order yourself a Domino's special. I don't know. I think it's 2 large, any toppings for $15. Go ahead. Tell them we sent you.
Just don't take the coupon to G&M.
Yeah.
They're doing the local restaurant coupons now. Don't.
Tell them we sent you. Music
Love
playing. We'll see you in the next one.
Watching the Hoosiers finish this one out.